Hello everyone, I'm Greeklo, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to Factorio with Angels and Bob's Mods for episode 233, I think, where we are trying to get on with, module production basically. But for anything higher than tier 2, we need crystal shards, and for that we have decided to do biter farming. We can do it just with puffer farming, and we do need puffer farming just to get to biter farming, but we want to do all the things basically. So we're looking into puffer farming to start with. We need lots of stuff, but first of all we need puffer refugiums, I guess, is the main thing. And let's have a look if we already have those. I don't think so. Nah. We do not. Let's just start that production right here. Do we only have one tier of that? Yeah, the rest is just recipes. Okay. So we probably need a lot of these. Apparently 80 machines just to get, or several times 80 machines just to get one of each of the eggs we actually need. And that's per second, of course, so we don't necessarily need to go to that scale, but might as well, right? So while we wait for this, maybe we should just try out some of the recipes here. We have these. No, wait, we have the eggs. Let's put this into its own place, and why do we have mixed gaseous puffer breeding? Let's actually look this over again. For these, they actually give us other puffer eggs as well. So we might not need to rely on this farming to scale up this, just to actually use the eggs from here. Eventually we want to just use, I think, this. Yeah, because it gives us the egg and 70% extra of a puffer. Well, 70% remaining of a puffer and then an egg. But then we also need this to actually... No, wait. This... No. This gives us 2 puffers back and an egg. This gives us an egg back and 70% of the puffer going in. So we need to actually hatch the eggs to ramp up. So this one, I guess. And we get some gaseous puffers from that. Let's take one of these. The one that we are actually going to use the most. Or as the end result, if possible. I did this something similar to this earlier, but I really need to go through this several times to actually understand it. This uses some of a gaseous puffer to make a puffer egg and take away some of the corrosive puffer. The egg is what we want to export, but we don't have anything extra from it. This actually gives us extra eggs. Which is possibly what we want to use then. These we are exporting to biter farming. We need to get the corrosive puffers from somewhere. No wait, these are the only ones to export, sorry. Can we unlink this please? One of those. We need to go to higher numbers, because it's rounding too much here. Or is it? Is it actually? Oh yeah, it is outputting the same amount of gaseous or corrosive puffers as it's inputting, of course. So we turn fruits into gaseous puffer eggs, rancid puffer egg, blazing puffer egg, acidic puffer eggs, and of course the corrosive puffer eggs. We need to get hold of some corrosive puffers first though. And it can be that we need to get hold of some. This is not how we do it without any corrosive puffers to start with. Well, we are going to do it with a corrosive puffer egg, of course. You need to hatch it. And this is the only thing that uses the egg and not the puffer itself. We also get some gaseous puffers from that, that's fine, and some eggshells. All good. This we can only get from a recipe without the corrosive puffer or the puffer egg itself. So we can use one of the others, which we don't have yet. We only have the gaseous puffer eggs. And we apparently need to hatch that as well first to actually get the gaseous puffer. This one is what we would need. Because this one requires a corrosive puffer, which we still don't have. This one is possible. We only get 5% of a corrosive puffer egg from it, but it is what we need to get it started, I guess. Yes. We need beans for that. And a lot of gaseous puffers, I guess. That's fine. We get a lot of gaseous puffers back here. And we get some extras. So this will give us some of the eggs that we need. We need to produce this. In some amount to get it started, and then it can be maintained with this one, I guess. If we get the extra rancid puffer eggs, we do plenty of extra eggs. So we need to hatch them and then turn them back into artificial puffer atmosphere. Which is okay. But first we need to seed it with this one. I guess we just do that locally, because we're not gonna be exporting this to anywhere else, really. It just means that we need 3 extra train stops, which is fine. Oh, well, I guess we can make the oxygen locally. So import, get these 3 somehow, get these 2 somehow, and then we should be able to get started and get some fruits as well. So maybe we need to look into more beans and fruits production first from our normal farming, and that's fine. Let's just queue up some more stuff here. I don't want that. Get rid of that one. And I guess sort of get rid of these 2. We do want higher tier robobots anyway. Okay, start with that stuff. Let's launch another rocket just because we can. Get away a bit so it doesn't hurt our ears too much. So fruits and beans. I think we're already producing those. But we should just make sure. The mashed potatoes produce what? Fruits and pips. The fruits we turn into this, both we turn into this stuff. We should export the fruits first though. Oh yeah, and we were storing this stuff to actually potentially just remove it at some point. Why is this working? Is it allowing stuff through or not? I guess it isn't. Oh well. I think we still want to possibly use the fruits for just more of this, because we can eventually just get rid of it, I guess. But I only want to put them in if we have plenty in the system. So let's connect this. If fruits are above 5,000 maybe, you can waste them here. Wait, I'm doing that wrong. This is pips. Let's take a copy of this. Okay. So now we should only be spending the fruits here if we have plenty in storage. Potato farming is still slow. Mud is slow, really? Didn't I limit this? Yeah. So this is simply not producing enough mud anymore. Well, okay. Oh well. So fruits we can export from the mashed potatoes. Oh no. Let's request a train. Now this stuff should also be turned into beans, I think. Is that going on here? Yes. And then we're requesting beans for destruction here. That should probably have the same limitation. If beans are above not 500 but 5,000 to start with at least, we are allowed to put it in. Otherwise we export it. Let's grab some rail. Beans and fruit. Now these probably need to be scaled up if we want to actually rely on those fruits and beans for puffer farming. We might not need to, but well, not in the long run, but it's nice to get it started somewhat fast. So we need to scale this up for more mud production. Dang it, I don't have the water treatment plant thingies. I need some water filling. So one space in between these, we should really just take it all out then, except that I can't run through now. Oh well. Doesn't matter. We need to remove that. Dang it, we need to do that all the way up. Really just have taken the blueprint from right here. Okay. And then we need to grab these washing plants. Where is my plane? And we need some seafloor pumps as well. Anything else? Nah. Maybe we even have the seafloor pumps already. Apparently we did, yeah. All done. Good. That should mean we get some more mud. Hopefully we are soon above the point where we have enough mashed potato seeds for everyone. Still needs more mud, but fine. These are running, so we might actually have too much mashed potato or whatever this is called. Just mashed potatoes. Or maybe not. We shall see, I guess. We are in the negative still, but it might just be because we are filling up chests. Nah, we are not. It is currently running as it should. We might need more of this soon though, otherwise we start backing up down here. So the zombie eucalyptus is running as well. Mixed beans up here. Or mix it into nutrient pulp up here, if we have enough. And at some point we just need to scale both of these enough to have enough of both of the products and this nutrient pulp. Also, we can top this up the other way around. Or we could just, do that. So we have some extra storage. We can still just remove a pipe here when we don't want these to be full anymore, when we want to empty them manually, if we want to do that. There is the problem that we don't want stuff to be up here when potentially this depot is empty. That's just something we will have to deal with later, I guess. Let's find our plane and deal with probably the one biter up there. I forgot to do something about those. So, beans. Let's start requesting. Sure, go ahead. Roots. It might be hard for the robots to keep up with this, because it is a lot of single items that needs to be moved. Not single items, but well, large amounts of items in general. But we shall see, I guess. We don't really need all of this anymore, do we? Not that I'm gonna bother with removing it. And again, why do we have two spaces in between? Dang it. so we actually also would need an overflow valve in here. I really should have thought about that when designing this. But then we can just separate it all. I guess I thought I was fixing that with this pump. But I didn't. Is it time to fix that right now? I guess it is. Actually, we might need that again later. Let's just move it up quite a bit. And then we need to move all of this in small stages. Or I guess we can just move all of it in one stage and then parts of it in smaller stages. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I just copied, not cut. Dang it. This is cutting, good. So, 3. Okay, let's not paste that just yet. Let's remove everything and then paste without actually placing. Go on. Okay, switch away from nanobots. Then we can just do it this way instead. And then remove this. And one last time. That should be fine. Then we need to adjust these pipes, I guess. Sailing we don't need out here. And then we need some overflow valves. Oh, a lot of them, I guess. Seems like we're gonna need more, so let's just start that up. Okay, that should be everything. So now we prioritize filling up these pipes before we process further. And then if we need more of the last thing than we can produce, then we need to scale up. Seems to make sense to me at least. We need to schedule more of this stuff. Sure, let's get these out of the way. We could do all of this, I guess. I don't really want electric furnace 2 and 3 because I have multi-purpose furnaces. But maybe we should just get it out of the way anyway. Hmm. Oh, wait for. Okay. So you are full of light mud water. Why does this not? water. I have apparently missed... Oh, when I moved up here, I messed up these. Oh, that's okay. So we should be producing again. And these are limited, yeah. So as soon as the mud production kicks in, we should be good. Water again. Oh, we forgot that one. That's okay. So now everything should be running again, right? These are overflowing. I guess that's just as a temporary thing. So now we should have more mod. Maybe we need to scale this a lot further even, but we probably do. Is that the actual best way to do this farming? I know I just came to have a look at the fruits and the beans, but I want to be able to scale this as efficiently as possible, I guess. This just requires mod. Yes. I guess we could get fruits and beans from other products which do not require mod, but then they would require something else, right? So if we are just producing... Where are the beans? Come on. This stuff. Let's just take this, use this for something else, and then see recipes for this. So we could use binephrine, and we can get that with sand and saline water. But sand and saline water, well, we can get saline water from a salination plant. But the sand we would need to get from the thin mud water, I think. I think that's how you get that. Yeah, so we would need to produce more of that anyway. But then it might be an easier process. Let's just check this. We need 3 machines doing this. We would then need 3 machines all the way down through it. Actually, we need to produce this as well. But again, well, we can do it however we want, but we could also do it like this. And of course we need the whole chain. If we want an idea about how many washing plants this would need. So for 10 beans per second we will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 washing plants. If we want 10 beans per second with the other one, I guess, since this actually uses the first tier. Well, it is more, I guess. But that's to get all of this. So we could process this further. To get more mud. Then we would need what? 3 plus 8, 11. Well, that didn't really make it any more effective now, did it? So maybe binephrine would be more efficient, but it's not by a lot. And we can just scale this up. We could also make space for some beacons in between here to speed it up. If that's something we want. That should be pretty simple, right? Yeah, I think so. In any case, let's just assume that we have enough mud now to make enough fruits and beans. And that we can scale it up if we need to. So we can go and make a puffer farming outpost now with the fruits and beans from here. Or we can just take a bunch of this and get some going manually. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.